Hello, this is Jodie, and this is my third video assignment for system thinking. This third video will include the materials from the third tutorial on week 6 and the fourth lecture on week 7. Here we go. As usual, we have the general outline of the whole video. Now first, the review of the previous assignments. Second, we are going to discuss about uncovering the systemic structure, and third, we will talk about mental models. First is the review about the system and system thinking. What is a system? A system is a group of interacting, interrelated, or interdependent components that form a complex and unified whole. A system is arranged in a specific way, has a specific purpose, and have feedback. Next, what is system thinking? System thinking studies system from the perspective of the whole system, its various subsystems, and the recurring patterns in the relationships between the subsystems. Next on the review, system thinking as a special language. The visual tools of the system thinking are the causal loop diagram, the timeline, and the bubble map. The three of these helps us to understand how a system works and understand the relationship of the factors between them. They help us to look at the big picture of the problem. Now next about personal mastery, there's purpose and vision. Purpose is a reason for being. It answers the questions, why do I exist? Meanwhile, vision is a desired future state. It answers the question, what do I want to create? Now that's all about the review. Let's get on to the materials. Next, we'll discuss about uncovering the systemic structure. Before that, we have to be able to differentiate the terms systemically and systematically. As we can see on the left column, systematically. It comes from the word systematic, where there's an order and there's a hypothesis, which means a preconceived idea. On the right column is systemically. There's no order. It starts with a chronic and recurring problem, which is long enough to have a history. Now perhaps we have tried to solve the problem before, but it has not yet been solved because the obvious reasons still haven't been identified. This is what we're going to learn. Systemic structure. Once we understand the difference, now we can uncover the systemic structure. There are 3 steps. First, formulate the problem statement. Second, identifying the key variables in the situation. And the third and the last is graphing the behavior against time graph. Now, how do we formulate the problem statement? It has to be clear. We need to focus on the problem. We can brainstorm with others to learn different views and understand the problem better. Now, the problem statement includes behavior, description, measurement, and time. Developing a problem statement is often hard, and the more clearly and specifically we state our issue, the more focused we are on our systemic analysis. Here's an example. Customer service problem have increased 30% over the last year. Customer service problem indicates the behavior, have increased indicates the description of the behavior, 30% shows the measurement, and over the last year shows the time frame of the behavior itself. Next, we have to be able to identify the key variables in a situation. Now first we have to know about variables. Variables are the components of the problem whose value vary over time, that is, to go up or to go down. Key variables are the most important variables in a problem. Now how do we know if it is a key variable? We know if it is a key variable when the story becomes meaningless after we remove the variable from the story. After identifying variables, we graph the time behavior graph. There are a lot of types. It depends on our behavior over a problem. There's a type where it increases and levels off, steeply increasing, steeply falling, oscillating, no change, and sharp up and downs. Next, what are mental models? Mental models is a framework for the cognitive process of our mind that determines how we think and how we act. Mental models are always incomplete. It guides how we think and how we act. It leads us to treat our inference or conclusions as facts. Many people have the idea that conclusion equals facts. They are wrong. Actually, conclusion is facts plus assumptions. That is why we must clarify our assumptions first before we make our conclusions. In mental models, we have the ladder of inference. It is the human observation where we apply mental models in which our assumption, conclusion, and beliefs leads us to the action we choose. At the bottom of the ladder, there's the data observable. Next is data selection. From those we add meanings, then make assumptions based on added meanings. Then we draw conclusions, adopt the beliefs, and finally take action based on my beliefs. There's a reflexive loop where our beliefs will affect what data we select next time. As we go further up the ladder, it becomes more abstract. Flawed mental models cause us to make mistakes in the abstraction, and as the end result, we act inappropriately. This is the end of my third video assignment. Have a nice day. Thank you.